This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Philadelphia Phillies faced the Cincinnati Reds at Riverfront Stadium for a Thursday night game on August 18th, 1981. The 1981 season was interrupted by a 2-month-long players' strike mid-season. The league decided to split the season into 2 halves, with the leader in each division getting a berth to the playoffs. Philadelphia was the defending world champs and won the NL East in the first half of the season under manager Dallas Green. The Reds finished the first half of the season in second place, a game and a half behind the Dodgers in the NL West under manager John McNamara. They were fighting for the Astros for the lead in the second half of the season. This audio recording is from the Cincinnati radio broadcast, featuring announcers Marty Brenneman and Joe Nuxhall.
If you're ready now, the starting lineups tonight. First for the Phillies, leading off and playing first base, Pete Rose. Manny Trio will bat second, and he'll play second base. Gary Matthews will be in left field batting third. Hitting fourth at third base, Mike Schmidt. Jake McBride will bat fifth and play right field. Hitting number 6, center fielder Gary Maddox. Larry Bowe will be at shortstop, and he'll bat seventh. Hitting eighth and doing the catching, Bob Boone, as the crowd here at Riverfront now starts up in a standing ovation for Pete Rose as he is standing off to the right of the plate, waiting to lead it off here. And batting ninth and pitching for the Phillies, left-hander Steve Carlton. Again for Philadelphia, Rose at first, Trio at second, Matthews in left field. Schmidt at third, McBride in right, Maddox in center. With Boa at short, Boone catching, and Carlton pitching. For the Reds, Dave Collins to lead it off. He'll be in right. Ronnie Oster will bat second, play second base. Dave Concepcion, hitting third, will be at shortstop. Left fielder George Foster will bat fourth. Danny Dreesen will bat number 5. He'll play first base. Ray Knight will play third base and bat sixth. Hitting seventh in center field, Sam Mejias. Mike O'Berry will catch and bat eighth, and on the mound pitching and batting number 9, Tom Seaver. Again, Collins in right, Oster at second, Concepcion at shortstop. Foster in left, Dreesen at first, Knight at third. With Mejias in center, O'Berry catching, and Seaver on the mound. Joe, a rematch of opening day.
Well, go back to opening day. Both pitched very well. We have that tonight. It doesn't look like there'll be too many runs scored.
Here's Rose, and here's Seaver, and the first pitch is inside for a ball, and this game is underway. Tom, after his 8th victory of the season, and this is his second start in the second half of the season, did not pitch well in Los Angeles. Line drive, base hit, center field. Well, Pete Rose jumps on the second pitch and lines one into center for a game-opening base hit, and that'll bring to the plate second baseman Manny Trio. So I guess you could say these ball clubs have been having the same problem since we got started a week ago last night, and that's lack of offense, and with some exceptions, not so strong pitching.
Well, you know, you look at both ball clubs, Marty, and you know they're very capable of breaking loose at any time. So, with ball clubs like this, you don't know when they might break loose either.
Manny Trio takes a strike, that a fastball over on the inside corner. Rose at first base. He has singled to center. The Phillies come in with a record in the second half of only 2 wins and 5 losses. They are 3.5 back in the Eastern Division. Here's a 1-strike pitch, and Trio takes this one inside, a ball and a strike. The Reds, on the other hand, have won 3 and lost 4 after the 2-1 win over the Giants on Sunday afternoon. And right now stand 2 back of the division-leading Atlanta Braves. Infield at double play depth, Trio batting .276. The 1-1 to him. Swing and a miss on a pitch out away. Manny going after a pitch out of the strike zone to fall behind to the ball in 2 strikes. Of course, realistically speaking, the way things are structured now, the pressure on the Phillies is not nearly as great as it is on the Reds. They have already been declared the first half champions of the Eastern Division. So no matter what they do from here on out, they are in the intradivisional playoffs at season's end. Trio swings and fouls it back and out of play. Manny with 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Rose at first, Matthews, the left fielder in the on-deck circle, he'll be up next. We've got Dreesen at first, Oster at second, Concepcion at shortstop, Knight at third, Foster in left field, Mejias in center, Collins in right, and O'Berry catching. The right-hander with a pause, and now he steps back off the pitching rubber, takes a look over to Rose at first base as Trio backs away from the plate. Okay, Seaver straightens up on the mound. He kicks and he throws. Trio swings a fly ball into right center, and Sam Mejias will be there, and that is out number 1. So following the leadoff single by Rose, Trio flies to center. That'll bring up Gary Matthews. This copyrighted broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Cincinnati Reds solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast are employed by the Cincinnati Reds. Matthews having a fine year, batting .302 in his first year in the Philadelphia double nits, and Seaver misses high with a fastball to him. Right-handed batter, and the pitch coming to him inside ball 2. Talking about opening day and the fact that, as is the case tonight, so it was then, Seaver against Carlton. Neither starting pitcher gained a decision in that game, won by Cincinnati 3-2. Tommy Hume got the victory, and Sparky Lyle took the loss when Danny Dreesen drew a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the ninth inning to give the Reds a winning run. But both pitched very, very well that particular day. Seaver behind 2-0. Matthews waving to bat around. Swings, fly ball, center field. Coming over toward the alley is Mejias, and he'll run it down. He loses his cap, but makes the catch, and they're 2 out. The batter will be third baseman and cleanup batter Mike Schmidt. Schmidt batting .294, leading the National League in home runs with 18. And is second in the league in runs batted in with 47, some 10 behind George Foster. And I'm sure you know the story. In his career in this ballpark, Schmidt has hit 15 career home runs here at Riverfront and has been on a tear of late as he takes a strike on the outside edge. He's had 4 home runs in his last 6 ball games and has batted in 13 safely in 13 out of the last 16 at a .339 clip. That pitch is low for a ball. The count evens on the right-handed batting Philadelphia power plant. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lee Wire, the plate umpire, inspects the baseball. On the bases, Harry Wendelstedt at first. At second, Dutch Renard. At third base, Ed Montague. Rose led off the game with a single to center, but trios fly to center, and so too is Gary Matthews. O'Berry sending out the sign, and Seaver turns and throws on to first. Rose steps back. Now the stretch, and Seaver continues to be concerned about Rose possibly moving. A couple of times he's checked off on the mound. Now the stretch, and out of the plate with a 1-1, and Schmidt takes strike 2. I tell you, the Dodgers played and won this afternoon in Chicago after the Cubs beat them 3-1 yesterday. Bert Hooton went the distance this afternoon, shutting out Chicago 5-0 to final. Cubs got only 4 base hits as Hooton wins for the 8th time this season. Schmidt behind on the count and swings, and he misses. Seaver struck him out. In the Philadelphia first, no runs, 1 hit and 1 man left on. After a half inning of baseball in the first of a 2-game series, the Phillies nothing and the Reds are coming up.
It took place almost 2,500 years ago. A man with a message that had to be delivered 26 miles away. And drawing upon his every reserve with the right combination of spirit, skill, and determination, he delivered that message by running those 26 miles from the plain of Marathon to Athens, Greece. The first marathon. At Marathon Oil, we know we have a name with a heritage. A name we strive to live up to. We know it takes that right combination of spirit, skill, and determination to deliver the service and products you deserve. It's how we developed our new special gasolines that can give you better fuel economy, better driving, reduced pollutants, and a cleaner engine requiring lower maintenance. It's how we keep striving to give you the best service we can. Service that shows we care about you and your car. Because like that messenger from Marathon 2,500 years ago, we're determined to deliver. Marathon with the long-distance gasolines. Best in the long run.
Well, the action continues tomorrow night here at Riverfront. The Reds and the Phillies. Game time is 7:35. It'll be Larry Christensen against Bruce Peretti. Plenty of seats available at all prices. Looking ahead of the weekend, the New York Mets will be in. Friday, Shrine Night. Saturday, Farmers Night. There'll be an afternoon game on Sunday, and then on Monday it'll be Cost Cutter Night. And that's a Senior Citizens Day, too. How about getting the family or friends together and catch some baseball on this homestand? Come on down tomorrow night as the Reds take on the Phillies. Game time, 7:35. Steve Carlton, 8-9 wins and 2 losses. with a 2.95 ERA. He was beaten in his last start 5-2 against the St. Louis Cardinals 5 days ago. That was the first time that the Cardinals had beat him after 10 consecutive Carlton victories over the St. Louis team. And, of course, the last time he opposed the Reds here was on opening day when he went 7 innings, giving up 9 hits and only 1 run. He struck out 8 and walked 4. Dave Collins to lead it off, batting .295. Collins, one of a number of Reds players in quite a slump of late. First pitch is high for a ball to him. Of course, Carlton has not had much success in his career against the Reds, as his 9-win, 17-loss ledger will attest. Left-hander with a big kick in the pitch, and Collins grounds it to third. There's Schmidt drawn in, making the play on the big hop and throwing on across the rows to get the out. That'll bring up Ronnie Oster as we check out the Phillies defensively. Rose at first, Trio at second, Schmidt third, Boa at short. In the outfield, Matthews in left, Maddox in center, and McBride in right, and Boone catching. 1 down, no score, bottom of the first inning. Oster hitting .284. Pitch is at the knees for a called strike. On deck, shortstop Dave Concepcion. Carlton dealing, and Oster swings and sends a pop-up out behind second base. Manny Trio calling for it as Boa gives way, and the second baseman has it for the second quick out of the Reds' first inning. Here's Concepcion, a .304 batting average with 5 homers and third in the league and runs batted in with 45. Well, you talk about Seaver and Carlton, and boy, they can throw some numbers at you that individually or collectively speaking are just awesome. No question at all about the fact that these two fellows will, well, you'd have to feel they're going to be first ballot Hall of Fame selections when it comes about. Pitch over for a called strike.
You serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think so. Stranger things have happened. No balls in a strike, and it's low for a ball, 1-1. Carlton trying to retire the Reds in order. Collins a ground out to third. Oster a pop to second. Concepcion a swing and a miss, and Davey down, a ball, 2 strikes. Carlton 5th on the all-time strikeout list. Seaver, of course, is 6th. He's 2nd on the all-time National League strikeout list behind Bob Gibson and needs only 50 more to pass him. He got around on the breaking ball. That's all for Concepcion, and that's all for Cincinnati. 3 up and 3 down. We've played 1, and it's the Reds and the Phillies, 0-0.
There's a lot of yard work ahead, and you'll need a tough built-to-last chainsaw to take on the outdoors, like Homelight. From Lancaster Hardware, you'll find the Big XL Super 2 16-inch saw for only $169.88. Also the XEL 12-inch chainsaw with safety tip and safety lock switch to help prevent accidents. Now only $49.95. The XEL 10 only $39.95. So prepare yourself for outdoor jobs the right way. The Homelight Chainsaw Way. From Lancaster Hardware, 134 South Columbus Street.
Ah, new stereo.
Yeah.
Does your insurance cover it?
Hey, we rent. We're not homeowners.
Look around you. Imagine the cost of replacing these things. Your State Farm agent has insurance designed for renters like you.
Yeah?
Renters might not need to insure a house, but you've got a lot of things worth insuring. Talk to your State Farm agent.
In New Lexington, see State Farm agent Earl Hazlett at 441 Summit Street.
Take the Pepsi.
No score at the end of 1 inning of play in this one between the Reds and the Phillies. Big McBride will start off inning number 2 against Tom Seaver, followed by Gary Maddox and Larry Boa. I guess from a physical standpoint, the strike really helped Big McBride. He was on the disabled list after undergoing knee surgery when the strike came on the 12th of June. And, of course, in the period of time when no baseball on a major league level was being played, he got well, and he's back active again. The pitch is swung on and popped up outside of third. Knight giving chase over to the Phillies dugout, and reaching over the railing, he makes the catch. One pitch, 1 out, as McBride pops up foul to third baseman Ray Knight, and now as Larry Boa, Gary Maddox heads toward the plate, Tom Seaver and Michael Berry meet between the plate and the mound. Knight reaching over the railing and making a nice pickoff for the foul pop off the bat of Big McBride. Maddox hitting .271 with 4 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Reds dividing a 4-game weekend series against the San Francisco Giants, getting fine pitching Sunday from Mario Soto and Tommy Hume. Here's a foul to the screen by the right-handed batter. Other games in the National League tonight. San Francisco plays at Pittsburgh. Louis Tiant making his second start for the Bucks against Ed Whitson, who blanked the Reds here Friday night. That pitch a low ball, 1-1. New York and Atlanta, Ed Lynch against Rick Mailer. San Diego plays at St. Louis, Chris Welsh against Silvio Martinez. And Montreal at Houston, Steve Rogers against Bob Nepper. Here's a drive into right center field. Collins, however, will be there to make the catch. 2 out.
Boy, that ball really, in this case, slicing back at Davey, and he almost ran under it.
He sure did. Made the play on the ball with a running catch in the alley, and now here's Larry Boa, the Phillies switch-hitting shortstop, who is having a pretty good year. Bo batting .278 has knocked in 20 runs. Seaver making sure his defense is set, and now brings it on up there, and Boa takes his pitch high for a ball. First game of a doubleheader is underway in the American League involving the Brewers and the Rangers down in Texas. It's 3-0 Milwaukee after 3. Ben Ogilvie hit a 3-run home run in the first inning on John Matlack. This one hit foul and out of play down the left field line. Talking about that Dodger loss yesterday, the Dodgers, in losing to the Cubs, also lost the services of their second baseman, Davey Lopes. Apparently had a groin pull that has resulted in him being placed on the 15-day disabled list. 2 balls and a strike, and the Dodgers promptly called up a highly regarded second baseman from their Double-A farm club at San Antonio, Steve Sachs. 2-1 pitch, swung on, popped up, left side. That should be the inning. Concepcion ranging back and squeezes it for the out. 3 up and 3 down. We are in the middle of the second. Cincinnati and Philadelphia, 0-0.
Look who switched to natural light, and taste is why he switched. Look who switched to natural light. Taste is why he switched.
Tommy Lasorda, famous baseball managerial type. You switched? No, I always drink Natural Light because it tastes better to me. Good deal. And Natural Light's brewed with only natural ingredients. Buy another round? I know I can manage that. Hey, beer tender, 2 more Natural Light.
The taste is what you like in beer. The more of what you like is switch to the taste of natural light beer. This is why you switch to Natural Light. This is why you switch. This is why you switch.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
After the game, remember to pick up more Natural Light beer. Natural Light, taste is why you'll switch. Well, the Reds' big salute to the agriculture industry is coming up Saturday night. It'll be Farmers' Night as the Reds take on the Mets here. Hope you're planning on being on hand for the game. You may take home that International Harvester diesel-powered tractor or the Datsun 4x4 half-ton sport pickup truck or one of the many other prizes the Reds will be giving away that night. And if you're coming to the game, be sure to get here early for all the pregame fun. Ron Oster and Russ Nixon will represent the Reds in the cow milking contest before the game. They'll go against Pat Zachary and Dyer Miller of the Mets. Johnny Bench and Larry Bittner and the team of Michael Berry and Joe Nolan will make up the Reds' entry in the egg throw. And Paul Moscow and Tom Hume will be partners in a blindfolded wheelbarrow competition. The pregame fun starts about 6:30. Then it's the Reds and the Mets at 7 o'clock this Saturday evening on Farmers' Night. Bottom of the second about to unfold, and the Reds will do it with George Foster. Carlton works him low and away. George hitting .310 with 16 home runs, and as we mentioned earlier, leading the major leagues in RBIs with 57. That's 2 balls and no strikes. Foster has really been on a tear of late. Has hit at a .435 clip since play resumed a week ago last night with 2 homers, 5 runs scored, and 8 RBIs. He swings on the 2-0 and doesn't get it. In addition to leading the league in RBIs, he's tied for second in home runs and also in base hits with 76. And his .310 batting average is tied for 9th place in the league. Well, he is having a fine year at the plate. Carlton ready with a 2-1 pitch, and here it is. Now back and over the screen. Was George for the 6th time in his career here with the Reds at Riverfront, hit a Red seat home run Friday night in the second game of that twin bill against the Giants. Carlton's even with him, 2 balls and 2 strikes as Danny Dreesen waits. Here comes the pitch. And a hard smash, foul, just foul, past Schmidt and down the third baseline. Gary Matthews apparently didn't see the foul signal given by Ed Montague. He came up with that ball and ready to fire quickly towards second base. He's a hustler out there. 2-2 and holding. Carlton pitching. Foster taking a full count. It's low. Bob Boone hanging a sign. Carlton shakes him off now, gets what he wants, and brings it on up there. That's ball 4. Missed with a breaking ball inside. Foster, the first base runner for the Reds. The batter, Danny Dreesen. Danny having a rough go of it at the plate, batting 192 with 6 homers and 25 RBIs. Pitch is high, ball 1. Foster taking the short lead against Rose at first. Dreesen taking a breaking ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Carlton, he doesn't waste any time on that mound. Now throws to first, and they've called a balk on him. Harry Wendelstedt, the first base umpire, immediately called it.
Well, Marty, all Steve did, Harry Wendelstedt, the first base umpire, showed him. He brought his right leg back across the pitching rubber and threw over there, and that's as a balk. Steve didn't question it at all.
So the Reds get Foster free access to second base on the balk call against lefty Carlton, and Danny waiting on the 2-0 pitch. He swings and he misses. Left-hander kicks and throws. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he's seeing a lot of breaking balls from Carlton, and he started to go on that pitch, but held up in time, and the count goes full. 3-2. Foster at second, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning, and that is ball 4. He threw him a breaking ball and missed with it, so Dreesen gets the second of back-to-back walks as the Reds show him at first and second for third baseman Ray Knight. Knight batting .256. He's homered 5 times and has driven in 20 runs. Hit safely in 6 out of his last 7 games, batting .304. That's a strike at the knee, so Carlton in a bit of trouble of his own doing here in the second inning, walking Foster, balking him to second, and now walking Danny Dreesen, missing with a payoff pitch to the Reds' first baseman. The baseball strike canceled out 2 series between these 2 clubs, one in Philadelphia and one also here in Cincinnati. The Reds still have 1 trip to go into Philly. That's a fastball up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies outfield, specifically left fielder Matthews and right fielder McBride, giving Knight room down both lines. The infield, a double play depth, 2 on and nobody out. No score, second inning. The 1-1 to Knight. Swung on and fouled back. Carlton ahead at a ball, 2 strikes. It's been an amazing story, the success that the Reds have had over the Phillies. Cincinnati has won the seasonal series from the Phillies 14 times in the last 16 years. And especially here at Riverfront, the Phillies have really had a hard time winning. Swung on and a big bouncer to third. There's Schmidt. He'll go on to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. He fielded that big bouncer deep behind the third base bag and had only really 1 play, and that was to throw on to Manny Trio to get the force play on the middleman, Danny Dreesen. We'll pause for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
It's good times each weekday between 2 and 6 here at K95. It's the MD Show. 2 until 6 each weekday afternoon, MD plays great kickin' country music and passes along the daily dumb rhetorical question at K95. WHOK-FM, Lancaster.
First and third, one down. The batter, Sam Mejia, is hitting .350. He swings and grounds to third. That's trouble. Schmidt on to Trio. Trio on to Rose. Double play, and the Phillies are out of the inning. Oh, for the Reds in the second, no runs, no base hits, no errors, and one man left on. Mejia bounces into a 5-4-3 double play at the end of two. Cincinnati nothing, Philadelphia likewise.
It's Jeansville's 5th anniversary sale, and now's the time to buy Lee's or Levi jeans while the savings are high. Choose from unwashed denim or corduroy in men's or student sizes, just $16.99 a pair. And with each purchase, receive a free pass to Screamin' Willie's. Shop the 5th anniversary sale at Jeansville, your one-stop back-to-school clothing store in Lancaster.
Jeansville. Put on our jeans.
If you're tired of waiting in the long supermarket lines, then Mike's Drive-Thru says don't leave that car. Just pull in at Mike's Drive-Thru on West Blair Avenue and tell one of the friendly staff members what you need. From party snacks to pop, milk and beer, Mike's Westside Drive-Thru is your one-stop convenient drive-thru with great selection and weekly specials too. Mike's Westside Drive-Thru on West Blair Avenue, Lancaster.
Well, we've had two quick innings of baseball. The first of this two-game series involving the Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. Tom Seaver has been touched up for one hit. That was a game leadoff single by Pete Rose, but has since retired the last 6 in a row. And he'll start it off here in the third against catcher Bob Boone. And here with a play-by-play, Joe Nuxall.
Thank you, Marty. Boone hitting .232, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs, 7 doubles. And, of course, Bob, a busy man during the strike. One of the spokesmen for the players at all the meetings between the owners and players' relation committee. Boone, a right-handed batter. The Phils have had one base hit. That was Pete Rose, leadoff single to center field. Seaver winds and delivers, and Boone takes, flowing outside the ball. Boone, Carlton, and Rose for the Phils as they bat here in the third inning. Seaver's 1-0. Swung on in a fly ball left field. Foster moving in, George waiting, and he has it, 1 out. That'll bring Steve Carlton to the plate. Steve, a 150 batting average, 4 RBIs, a double, and 2 triples. Steve, lifetime as a hitter, he's been a pretty good hitting pitcher. A lifetime 207 batting average. He's had 266 hits coming into this season. Takes a strike from Caesar. Carlton has 9 home runs career-wise and 106 RBIs. Looks at a fastball low, and it evens 1-1. Tom back with a 1-1. Seaver gets the outside corner. Calls strike 2, and the count 1-2 to Steve Carlton. We're working quickly. Here's the 1-2. That's swung on and fouled. Back to the screen. Now holding a ball, 2 strikes. And last night in Indianapolis, the Indians lost, but Paul Householder continues swinging a hot bat. Carlton lines one foul back and off to the left of the screen. Householder at his 19th home run of the year with a man on, but the Indians lost to Springfield 4-3. A 1-2 again. Swung on and popped down the left field line. Foul, giving chase Dave Concepcion, and he can't not get to it. The ball bouncing on the mound down to the bullpen. Well, the count holds the ball, 2 strikes. Meanwhile, the Reds Billing Farm Club scored 3 times in the last of the 9th inning to pull one out 8-7 over Idaho Falls, and Billing set a new home attendance record, 62,000, and they have 7 home dates left. 1-2 the count. Again the pitch. Carlton swings and misses. A slider in on him, and Tom has his second strikeout. A 2 away, and Pete Rose the batter. He got a standing ovation as he stood off to the right of the plate, waiting on Seaver to complete his warm-up to start the game. Two out, bases empty. A line in the pitch. Rose swings and bounces to Oster at second. Ron has it. Going to Dreesen, and a quick inning for Tom Seaver. That's 9 straight now for Seaver. And at the middle of the third. Phillies nothing, Reds nothing.
How do you make a good thing better? Visit Beverly Ames with great news for all you Reds fans. It's new made 16-ounce Red Stadium tumbler, and it's packed full of new made soft margarine. That's right, 1 full pound of fresh dairy flavor in your choice of 2 Reds tumblers. You can't miss them. Each has the official Reds emblem, Riverfront Stadium, and good old Mr. Red. The Red Stadium tumbler is unbreakable, great for the kids, reusable, and it's dishwasher safe. Take it on a picnic or take it to the game. New made soft margarine in the Red Stadium tumbler. It's an unbeatable combination. Fresh dairy flavor in the Red tumbler. Another not so secret from new made margarine. Spread it around at your house.
No scores. The Reds bat in the bottom half of the third. It'll be Mike O'Barry, then Tom Seaver and Dave Collins against Steve Carlton. Steve has struck out 1, has walked 2, and the Reds had a threat going in the second when Foster and Dreesen both walked, but Ray Knight forced Dreesen at second, and then Mejias grounded into a 5-4-3 double play to end the threat. So Mike O'Barry to lead it off. Mike hitting .210 with a home run, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, 1 triple. Carlton waiting on O'Barry. Mike's there, and Carlton winds and delivers the first pitch. O'Barry swings and bounces it to Boa. Larry has it to Rose, 1 away. One down, and here's Tom Seaver. Seaver hitting .133. A home run, 4 RBIs. Both of these guys, quick workers. Carlton ready to go and delivers. Seaver swings and misses a fastball. Outfield, shading Tom around to the right. The 0-1. Just outside. Count evens, the ball a strike. Dave Collins up next. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and line to left field, and Matthews will play it on the bounce, and Tom Seaver has the first hit of the game for the Reds. Tom drilling one to left. Gary Matthews took a step in and then held up and played it on the bounce. A 1 away, and Seaver at first base, and Dave Collins steps in. Dave leading off the game, grounded to Mike Schmidt at third base. Carlton had worked 113 innings coming into tonight's game, allowing 100 base hits, and struck out 99. And the strikeout of Concepcion in the first inning, of course, number 100. Now with a career total of 3,069 strikeouts. First pitch to Collins, a called a strike. Last year, Carlton struck out 286, and that's his second in his career. He struck out 310 back in 1972, his first year with Philadelphia. The 0-1 swung on, and a very high pop into shallow right center, backing out his trio, and he has it 2 away. 2 down, Ron Oster the batter. Ron in the first inning popped out to 3-0 at second base. First pitch to Oster, low and outside, a ball. A pitch. On takes it high, and it's 2-0. Sandy Koufax, of course, struck out 382 batters in 1965, and again in 66. The pitch. Oster swings, and a hard one bouncer to bowl it short. He flips to Trio, the force of Seaver, and that's the inning. The Reds, no runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left, and at the end of 3, Phillies nothing, Reds nothing.
Look who switched to natural light, and taste is why he switched. Look who switched to natural light. Taste is why he switched.
Boy, it's Tommy Lasorda drinking Natural Light.
You bet. Because Natural Light's taste is great, just like beating the Yanks.
Roger, Dodger. And Natural Light's brewed with only natural ingredients, too.
Say, Norm, when it comes to baseball, are you really a fan?
You kidding? With Natural Light, I'm more like a toaster.
The taste is what you like in beer, and more of what you like is switch to the taste of natural light beer. Taste is why you switch to Natural Light. Taste is why you switch. Taste is why you switch.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
No score as we go to the 4th inning, and it'll be second baseman Manny Trio to lead it off, followed by Gary Matthews and then Mike Schmidt for the Phillies. Each team with a base hit. A one hit the Phillies have had, that belongs to Pete Rose in the first inning. And of course, the Reds' one base hit belongs to Tom Seaver. That's coming in the 3rd. So Seaver ready to go to work on Manny Trio. Trio in the first inning, a fly ball to Sam Mejias in right center field. Trio a 276 batting average. Seaver delivers. Trio swings and fouls back to the screen. Tom looking to Michael Berry, has his sign. Double pumps and the 0-1. Breaking ball low, and it evens the ball a strike to Trio. Seaver looking for his 8th win of the year. He's back with the 1-1. Trio swings and misses a good change. 1-2. One-two pitch. That's in the dirt and bounces through O'Berry. Count evens 2-2. Seaver's 2-2. Strike 3 call. Got the outside corner, and that's strikeout number 3 for Seaver. One away, and Gary Matthews, the batter. Matthews also a fly ball to Mejias in right center in the first inning. A pitch. Down low ball. Matthews doing a great job for the Phils. Coming over from the Atlanta Braves. Swing and a miss by Gary, and it's 1-1. Of course, the player that went to the Phillies, or to the Braves, Bob Walk, was sent down to Richmond not too long ago. Fastball high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mike Schmidt, the on-deck batter. A line to 2-1. Swung on, fly ball right field. Going back Collins. He has room. Backpedaling, stepping onto the warning track. He has it. Well, 2 down, and here's Mike Schmidt. Mike went down swinging in the first inning. Mike leads the league in home runs with 18. He has a .294 batting average and has driven in 47. Schmidt into the batter's box, and Seaver to the plate. Swung on and fouled off the shoulder of plate umpire Lee Wire. 0-1 to count to Schmidt. Mike out of the batter's box, now back in. The 0-1. Swung on and a high fly ball to left. Drifting back, Foster. He's at the edge of the warning track waiting now and has it. That's the inning, and that one had a few of the folks oohing and on here this evening, but a very high fly ball, and thank goodness for that. So the Phillies out in order in the fourth. That's 12 straight now for Tom Seaver, and at the middle of the fourth, it's the Reds nothing, the Phils nothing.
It's good to be back here again. Basketball game in Cincinnati again. That's where my heart has always been. With the Cincinnati Reds playing baseball again.
Baseball is like an old friend. The longer it's part of your life, the more you like it. That's why so many people come out to see the Cincinnati Reds play. It feels good. The Marathon Oil Company loves baseball just like you do. And the Marathon Oil Company is proud to be here with the Cincinnati Reds.
It's good to be back here again.
Oh, you know it is.
With the Cincinnati Reds playing baseball again.
The Cincinnati Reds and the Marathon Oil Company. We got together to do it better. And we did.
No scores. The Reds bat in the bottom half of the fourth. It'll be Dave Concepcion, George Foster, and Danny Dreesen to face Steve Carlton. Steve has struck out one, has walked two, and the Reds have had one hit, and Carlton has committed a balk. That balk coming in the second inning when it's Foster at first base. He balked, moving George to second, and then Dreesen walked to put the first two on in the inning, but no damage done. Concepcion struck out in the first to end the inning. He takes a strike from Carlton over the outside edge. Concepcion, Foster, Dreesen here in the fourth for the Reds. Carlton is 0-1. Davey takes the breaking pitch low on inside. Count evens 1-1. A 1-1 delivery. Strike two call on the outside corner at the knees. Carlton in front, a ball, 2 strikes to Concepcion. Boone hangs the sign. And the 1-2. Swung on and bounced foul. Had a breaking pitch. Outfield straight away. Again the 1-2. Missing just off the plate with a fastball, and it evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two on the way, and again he misses high and outside this time with a fastball. Full count. Carlton walked 35 in 113 innings coming into tonight's game. Here's the payoff. Davey swings and lines it to left field. That's a base hit. Matthews plays it on the bounce, so Davey gets things underway with a solid single to left. And I bring George Foster to the plate, and George, as I said, led off the second inning with a walk. That's the second hit of the game for the Reds. Foster hitting .310, 16 home runs, leads the league in RBIs with 57. George had 3 hits Sunday afternoon against the Giants. Drove in a run and scored what provided to be the winning run. Foster takes low from Carlton the ball. Concepcion at first base. 1-0 the count to Foster. Carlton to the belt. He'll throw over to first, and Concepcion steps back. Again the stretch. And the pitch. Foster takes it high and outside. 2-0. 2-0 delivery. Strike at the knees. 2-1. Steve ready. Delivers. Foster takes outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, and that pitch looked like Carlton tried to break the slider over the outside corner. Foster away from the plate, now back in. Boone hangs the sign. Carlton ready and delivers, and Foster swings and fouls. Full count. Full count, we'll see what Davey does at first base, the stretch. He goes nowhere. There he goes. The pitch is taken. Ball 4, low and outside. So for the second time in the game, the first 2 have reached for the Reds. Foster single and now a walk to Concepcion, the third issued by Carlton. And here's Danny Dreesen. Danny walked in the second inning. Dreesen looking down to Russ Nixon, the Reds' third base coach. A stretch by Carlton. Dreesen squares the bunt, does first base side. Rose has it, looks at third, and now they'll throw back to Trio, and the sacrifice works. Well, Danny Dreesen gets the job done, putting down a good sacrifice. Rose feeling the ball. He looked at third and then decided better and threw back to Trio to retire Dreesen. So 1 away, and Foster, Concepcion at third base, and Foster at second, and the batter is Ray Knight. Ray in the second inning forced Foster at second base. A pitch, a check swing, and a breaking ball that's low. Ray hitting .256, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. The Reds with Concepcion at third, Foster at second. The right side of the Phillies infield plating in. The left side is back. Trio and Rose pulled in on the right side. Carlton working for the windup. He delivers the 1-0, and Knight looks at a curveball for a called strike, and it evens 1-1. Now Ray Knight asks plate umpire Lee Wire to check the baseball out, and he does, and returns it to Carlton. Now Ray Knight asks plate umpire Lee Wire to check the baseball out, and he does, and returns it to Carlton. Dan Mejias waiting on deck. The Reds with a chance to get on the board here. The pitch. Knight swings and chops it foul. Carlton now in front of ball 2 strikes. Inning started off with Concepcion lining a single to left, and then the walk to Foster, a sacrifice bunt by Dreesen. And the count of ball 2 strikes to Ray Knight. The pitch. Knight takes it inside. A slider. It evens 2-2. Schmidt and Bohr deep at third and short. Trio and Rose in at second and first. A pitch. Knight swings and he fouls it away. A breaking ball. And the count holding at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Knight out of the batter's box and now steps back in. Carlton the 2-2. The Knight takes it, blowing inside, a breaking pitch, and a full count now to Ray Knight. Carlton a pitch away from loading him up for Sam Mejias. Time call now as Bob Boone will go out to the mound and have a word with Carlton. Meeting breaks up and Boone heads back to the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Carlton winds and the payoff. Knight swings and chops it foul. Another breaking pitch. Carlton hasn't thrown Knight a fastball yet. Concepcion third base. Foster at second. Full count to Knight. And again the payoff. Fastball drilled foul into the seats over the Philadelphia dugout. Ray getting out in front on the... Ray into the count. Carlton, again the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, and that's foul. The pitch down and away. The Knight again out of the batter's box, and now steps back in. Carlton winds and delivers. Knight swings and fouls again. They ask for time. He wants the pine tar rag from Sam Mejias on deck. Carlton throwing strikes and Knight fouling them away. Reds with Concepcion at third, Foster at second. Knight back into the batter's box. And the pitch. Knight swings and misses. Got him with a breaking ball, and that's out number 2, the second strikeout for Steve Carlton, and the batter will be Sam Mejias. Sam bounced into a 5-4-3 double play in the second inning. He has a .350 batting average. Sam's done an excellent job filling in for Ken Griffey. The pitch swung on and missed. Breaking pitch. That's that slider, and he's got a good one. Carlton into the line. Pitch. Slider swung on and chopped foul, and Carlton in front 0-2 to Mejias. Boone hangs the sign. Carlton winds and delivers. Fastball misses low and outside. 1-2. And the 1-2 swung on, and that's fouled back and out of play. Outfield playing Mejias straight away, and not too deep. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Foul off the first baseline, rolls over, but that one's going to settle back into the seats. The count holding it, a ball, 2 strikes to Mejias. Carlton shakes off a sign from Boone. And the 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's the slider. Bounces away from Boone. In front of the plate, Boone has it. Throws to Rose, and that's the inning. So back-to-back strikeouts for Carlton. Gets him out of trouble. The Reds, no runs, a hit, no errors. 2 runners left on base. And at the end of 4, it's the Phils nothing, the Reds nothing.
In the world of seafood, Arthur Treacher's ruled the waves.
Invite Arthur Treacher to your next party or family get-together. Complete family pack featuring delicious fish and chips, chicken, shrimp, and coleslaw in many different crowd-pleasing combinations like Treacher's crawler or the chicken and shrimp boats. Plus the family sampler, something for everyone at Arthur Treacher's.
Arthur Treacher's rules the way.
Arthur Treacher's, 732 North Memorial Drive, Lancaster.
Get an import that's a step above all the others. An import from Carmody Motors. Carmody has all the great economy gas savings models for today's driving needs, plus the looks and performance of a modern sports car. Choose from Carmody Motors' wide selection of Saabs, Subarus, Fiats, and Mazdas. You get honest, dependable service from the professional staff at Carmody Motors. Get out and test drive an import today. Chances are you won't ever drive anything else. Carmody Motors, 2277 East Main Street, Lancaster.
Fifth inning of play. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
Make Mark Clark a regular part of your day. Mark Clark, 10 to 2 here at K95. Mark passes along great information, makes way for the midday report of news service at noon, and plays great kick-and country music. Mark Clark at K95, WHOK-FM, Lancaster.
4 inning totals show the Phils no runs, a hit, no errors. The Reds, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. It'll be Bake McBride to lead it off as the Phillies bat in the 5th. Back with the action, Marty Brenneman.
Thank you, Joe. McBride led off the 2nd and popped up foul to Ray Knight. Seaver's retired 12 in a row. He delivers, and Bake takes a strike on the inside corner. Only man to reach base so far for the Phillies, Pete Rose, who hit the 2nd pitch of the game into center field for a base hit. McBride batting .298. Left-handed batter with good speed. And the change misses, and the count evens at 1-1. And McBride asks Lee Wire to take a look at the baseball. He does, and sends it on back to number 41. Here's the pitch. And it's pretty much the same delivery as the previous pitch, and it's high and away, 2-1. Scoreboard stumper, 25 years ago today. A Cincinnati Red had 3 consecutive homers in one game at home for the first time in Reds history. Name him. Swung on and fouled away, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seaver behind the mound, now coming back on top. Outfield playing McBride straight away. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Seaver has his 4th strikeout. And he'll turn his attentions now to center fielder Gary Maddox. In the National League, games that are underway after 2, the Giants and the Bucks are tied at 1-1. After 2.5 in Atlanta, Mets 2, Atlanta nothing. New York scoring single runs in the first 2 innings. In the American League, Chicago nothing in the top of the 1st at Yankee Stadium. Trout against Guidry. Maddox lines one into right. Collins coming on, and he'll make the catch, bell tie. Collins picks it off. Maddox first pitch hitting, and the 2-out batter will be shortstop Boa. After 1, Minnesota and the Tigers 0-0. Roger Erickson against Mill Wilcox. Detroit has run off 4 straight wins. Toronto and Kansas City about to start. Luis Leal against Mike Jones. Milwaukee and Texas are in the 8th. And the Brewers continue to lead at 3-0, first of a doubleheader. Baltimore will play at California, Boston at Oakland. The A's have won 3 straight, Cleveland at Seattle. The Mariners have won 3 in a row. Call strike to Boa, who popped up to Davy Concepcion for the final out in the 2nd. Here the Reds and the Phillies are scoreless. High and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swung on, line drive, caught by Concepcion. Davey climbs the ladder to pick off Ball is dead for a base hit. Good play. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. At the end of 4 1/2 and a close encounter. The Reds and the Phillies, no score.
Look who switched to natural light, and taste is why he switched. Look who switched to natural light. Taste is why he switched.
Nick Bonaconte, famous nameless linebacker, you switched to natural light?
Sure, because natural light's taste leaves the others on the bench. Hey, say, aren't you,
But I thought you drank that other light beer.
Yeah, I played the options, but this is the one I like to huddle with. I know you. You're,
Norm Crosby, the comedian.
Nah, you're not.
The taste is what you like in beer, and more of what you like is switch to the taste of natural light beer. Taste is why you switch to natural light. Taste is why you switch. Taste is why you switch.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Well, if you missed poster day here at Riverfront Stadium, here's a reminder that the Reds 580 gift shop has all the posters in the Reds poster series. Bench, Concepcion, Foster, Griffey, Knight, Seaver, and the 1976 World Champions poster. Stop by 580 or order your poster by mail. Send $3 plus $1 postage and handling to the Cincinnati Reds 580 gift shop, care of Riverfront Stadium, Cincinnati. If you'd like a complete 580 mail order list, give a call to the Reds office at Riverfront Stadium right now. Area code 513-421-4510. Here's O'Berry, and here's Carlton. We're in the bottom of the fifth, and it's high, ball one. Mike led off the third and grounded out short to first. Swinging a foul. Well, we got to the ballpark tonight and found out that longtime Cincinnati Post baseball writer Earl Lawson has been hospitalized down in Nashville, Tennessee, and well, Earl, very close to all of us. We hope he's doing well, and we understand that hopefully he'll be coming back home to Cincinnati Thursday or Friday. Call strike, and it's 1-2. The count on Mike O'Berry. And missing in with a pitch, Carlton. We hope Earl is resting comfortably, and we'll be back on the beat very, very soon. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, it's just off the plate. Carlton has run the string out. Payoff delivery. Ground ball slapped foul between the coaching box and the bag at third base. Reds have had 2 hits off left-hander Carlton, a single by the man on deck, Tom Seaver, and a base hit by Dave Concepcion. Here's a pop-up that'll be out of play, back upstairs into the Red seat. Well, Berry batting .206. He's homered 1 time. Ground ball to third. Schmidt has it. Here's his throw to Rose. 1 out. There are more than 100 cities served by the Reds radio network, including Bristol, Tennessee on WOPI, Wabash, Indiana on WKUZ, Pineville, Kentucky on WANO, and Springfield, Ohio on WAZU. Seaver with that hit to left in the third. He's 1 for 1. Takes it down low, ball 1. Tomorrow night, Bruce Perenni, Larry Christensen, a couple of right-handers in the 7:35 start. Strike is called. The Reds will have another off day Thursday, and then we'll have the Mets coming in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That'll wind up the homestand. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls and a strike. Quick moving ball game tonight. Seaver and Carlton hooked up in a good one. Swung on, fly ball, right center field. Maddox on the run, slows to a trot and makes the catch. 2 down. And now we go back up top for Dave Collins, who's 0 for 2. Collins is grounded to third and popped up. Well, 25 years ago today, the man who had 3 consecutive homers in 1 game at home for the first time in Reds history, Bob Thurman. Collins with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Takes a strike at the letters. Carlton has struck out 3. He's walked 3. Reds have had 2 opportunities against him, once in the second and a real good one in the fourth when they had runners at second and third with only 1 out. Strike 2 call. That frame, Carlton did his thing after Ray Knight fouled off numerous pitches. Ended up striking him out swinging and also struck out Sam Mejias. Collins in a 2-strike hole as he settles back in, and Carlton kicks and he fires. And the pitch is taken for strike 3, and that's the inning. He gets Collins on 3 pitches. The Reds are out in order for the first time since the opening inning, and through 5 complete, nothing but zeros on the board. Cincinnati and Philadelphia, 0-0.
Murphy's Mart, Murphy's Mart, discount buys, Murphy's Mart.
Find terrific preseason buys on the latest in warm fashions. Now at Murphy's Mart, 25% off coats and jackets for the entire family. Your best back-to-school buys are at Murphy's Mart, with more bargains than any other discount store. Murphy's Mart in Logan's Hockey Mall.
Discount buys, Murphy's Mart.
Buying or selling a home can leave you sky high with worry and doubt. At Gorsuch Realty, you'll find that over 30 years of real estate know-how gives you your best investment. Trust the realtors with the professional touch. Gorsuch Realty, located at 603 West Wheeling Street, Lancaster.
Place to plant your family tree. Start a family tradition with Gorsuch Realty. Oh, yeah.
Man, Waynesville?
Joe Nuxall and yours truly, Marty Brenneman, back at Riverfront Stadium as the Phillies come calling in the 6th inning. They'll do it with Bob Boone, Steve Carlton, and Pete Rose. Seaver has retired 15 batters in a row. Needless to say, Tom throwing much better tonight than he did in his start out at Dodger Stadium last Wednesday night. It's the second good pitch game in a row the Reds have had from the starting staff. The effort that Mario Soto gave him on Sunday, giving up 6 hits and a run in 6 1/3, and now Seaver threw 5 innings tonight. Happy birthday wishes go to the Reds turf superintendent, Lou Veal, who is celebrating one today. Good man. Bob Boone out on the fly to Foster his first time up. Veteran Philadelphia catcher waiting at the plate, and Seaver delivers, and the pitches bounce foul at the plate. The young man who plays a backup role to Bob Boone has really been swinging the bat of late, Keith Moreland. Well, Boone considered to be the regular, but there are a lot of people who feel like it's just a matter of time before Moreland takes over behind that plate for the Phils. Strike 2 is called. After this homestand, the Reds will be in Montreal beginning next Monday night. Low for a ball. I'll make that next Tuesday night. We'll wrap up the homestand here next Monday against the Mets. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Play the Expos at Olympic Stadium Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, and then be in New York over that following weekend for a 3-game series. Ground ball foul off third. That'll carry over to the Philadelphia dugout. I was mentioning the fact that the Indianapolis club dropped a 1-run decision last night to Springfield. Bill Bonham, as we mentioned Sunday, was scheduled to start. He could not go because of arm problems, which is not good news to report. Jose Brito was rushed into the starting role when Bonham was unable to take his turn, and Brito went 1/3 of an inning. Full count on Bob Boone. Seaver was out ahead of him, but now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the right-hander deals a payoff pitch, and he pops him up. Up the first base line, and waiting is O'Berry. Now Dreesen comes into the picture, and Danny makes the catch in foul territory. Carlton, a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. Next Monday night will be cost-cutter night here at Riverfront when the Reds take on the Mets. It'll also be a senior citizens day. Veteran Reds fans, 65 and older, They purchase $5 reserve seats for only $2. That's next Monday evening on Senior Citizens Night and Cost Cutter Night. One down. Pitcher against pitcher in a scoreless game in the sixth, and Carlton takes a fastball in for a strike. Swing and a miss on a pitch away, strike two. Talking about the way the Reds had handled the Phillies over the years in this ballpark since 1970. The Phillies have won 20 and lost 47 here. That's a ball. Their only winning season here was in 1970 when they won 4 of the 6 games played. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They were 3-3 in 73 and again in 76, their worst years. 0-6 in both 1975 and 1977. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And they only won 1 of 5 and 1 of 6 in 72 and again in 1980. Carlton gets a walk. So Seaver getting out in front of Steve, but ended up walking him. So 16 in a row that Seaver set down before issuing the walk to Carlton, and now goes against the only man who's got a hit off of him, and that's Rose. Pete singled to center in the first, grounded to Oster in the third. Pete playing in his 416th consecutive game tonight. He had the final 28 with the Reds back in 1978 and has played in every game since going over to the Philadelphia Phillies. And swinging a hot bat, has hit safely in 19 out of 21 games, batting .372 during that time. Carlton goes to pitch a half-swing foul. Carlton was jogging on down to second base as the pitch came playward, and Rose fouled it off. This season, Pete has had 18 two-hit games and 8 three-hit games. And of course, set the all-time National League career hit record a week ago last night when he had a base hit in the 8th inning off of Cardinal right-hander Mark Littell. Rose fouls this one up and out of here, and Pete's behind 0-2. Batting .327. Homerless on the season. He's driven in 20 runs. Right now, Concepcion in behind the mound to talk with Seaver. Pete had a fine opening game here. He went 3 for 5 off Reds pitching despite the Cincinnati victory. Carlton at first, 1 out. And the 0-2 pitch. Popped up, but that'll carry well back into the seats off the third base line. Talking with Pete on our pregame show tonight, I don't know of a player who worked any harder during the strike to stay prepared to get going again than this man did. Not surprising. Strike 3 call. Seaver got him looking. And Pete did not like the call. He says something to Lee Wire, and still talking to him as he goes back to the Phillies dugout. Number 5 for Tom, and here's second baseman Manny Trio. Pete still jawing as he stands in front of the bat rack. Trio grounds it to second base. That's the inning. Oster on to Dreesen. Phillies are gone. No runs, no hits, 1 left. In the middle of the 6th inning at Riverfront, Cincinnati nothing and Philadelphia nothing.
I've been hearing that folks all over Ohio are winning up a storm in the lottery's instant game. Strike it rich. And that's exactly what Ohioans are doing every day, winning thousands of prizes, and not just little ones either. Word is there's been lots of $10,000 winners. No, that's really striking it rich. The best part is there's still thousands of prizes left, including some of them big $10,000 ones. Gotta get going now and get me an Ohio Instant Lottery ticket, so's I can strike it rich.
Winning tickets must be validated.
Murray's Auto Parts carries a battery that's designed to take care of itself. A battery that's loaded with plenty of sealed-in cranking power for fast, reliable starts on those cold mornings. It's called the Delco Freedom Battery. When you buy a Freedom Battery from Murray's Auto Parts, Freedom is just what you get. Because after you install it, you'll probably never have to check it for the rest of its life. The Delco Freedom Battery is waiting for you at Murray's Auto Parts, 508 West 6th Avenue, Lancaster.
That would you like someone to, well, turn you loose on a shopping spree at your neighborhood Kroger store? Well, that's exactly what the Reds will do if you're the big winner on Cost Cutter Night. The exciting special date coming up next Monday evening when the Reds meet the Mets here. One lucky fan will win the opportunity to go on a 3-minute shopping spree. There'll be lots of other fun things on Cost Cutter Night, too. More than $12,000 in groceries will be given away to over 200 winners, and those delicious Conn's hot dogs will be priced at just a quarter at stadium concession stands that night. Don't miss out. Be on hand for Cost Cutter Night at Riverfront Stadium or send a postcard before the August 24th drawing date to Reds Cost Cutter Night, Riverfront Stadium, Cincinnati. Last year's free winner, by the way, picked up a cool $1,500 in groceries in 3 minutes. That's a bunch. Ronnie Oster in the bottom of the sixth, and Carlton misses high for a ball. Joe, we were talking about during the commercial break, what percentage of breaking balls, sliders or curves, do you think Carlton has thrown?
No, you'd have to say 70, 75%, maybe even more than that.
He throws a breaking pitch to Oster, and he swings and he misses 1-1. Ronnie has popped up and reached on a fielder's choice. Swinging a foul. Well, this game now about an hour and 15 minutes old, and we're already in the bottom of the sixth inning. Oster takes it downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not too often, really, in the course of a season that you have two of the great ones like these two guys getting together on the same night. Oster checks his swing, fits just down low, and Carlton is 3-2 with a Red second baseman. Lefty fires, and Oster swings and hits it hard, but to center field, and Maddox quickly back to haul it in. Dave Concepcion has one of the 2 Reds hits. He singled to left field in the 4th inning.
Marty, excepting for the 2 base hits, that's only the second put out to the outfield.
You're exactly right. Seaver fly to center in the last inning. And now this fly ball off the bat of Ronnie Oster. So the Phillies.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. Davey takes it at the knees, strike 1 call. No score. Reds have had the 2 opportunities, but were unable to cash in. Philadelphia has not had a scoring threat. Line drive, center field. It'll fall in front of Maddox, base hit number 2 for Dave Concepcion. George Foster 2 times up in the game, and both times he has drawn walks. Carlton showing a bit of respect for this man, and well, he should. Walk in the second, a walk in the 4th. John McNamara standing a couple of steps down on the stairwell. Reds dugout. 1 out base hit by Concepcion. Foster slowly settles into the batter's box. The outfield deep and playing him to pull. There's a throw to first. Davey back. To the plate. Swung on and a hit to left. Concepcion to second as the Reds come up with back-to-back 1-out base hits. Danny Dreesen is without an official at-bat. He's drawn a base on balls and has put down a sacrifice bunt. Well, the ceremonial first pitch here tonight was delivered by 13-year-old Tanya Schlegel of Hamilton. Dreesen fouls it away, and as we mentioned on our post-game show Sunday, Tanya, the winner of the All-American Soapbox Derby Senior Division in Akron, Ohio over the weekend. I want to congratulate that young lady again. 1 ball and a strike on Dreesen. Concepcion at second, Foster at first, 1 out. Carlton with a 1-1, and Dreesen takes breaking ball, 2 balls and a strike. Here's a pause and a pitch. There's strike 2 call. Carlton even on Dreesen, 2-2. That one a bouncer up there that Bob Boone plays on the hop, and Lee Weil will take a look-see at that baseball and give it back to Carlton. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see what John McNamara has in store here for Concepcion and George Foster. 1 out, 3-2 on the left-handed batter. Payoff pitch, the runners hold, and ball 4, they're loaded. So scoring opportunity number 3 for the Cincinnati Reds. Let's see if they can cash in this time. Carlton has walked his 4th. Ray Knight, I'm sure, would love to be able to deliver a big blow here because it evolved into quite a one-on-one battle between he and Carlton back in the 4th inning. Knight fouled off a whole bunch of pitches, and Carlton finally struck him out with a low breaking ball. So Concepcion 3rd, Foster 2nd, Dreesen fills it up at 1st. The Reds have them loaded with only 1 away in a scoreless game in the 6th inning. Crowd starting to get revved up here as Knight, who takes a lot of time getting into the batter's box this time around against a man who likes to work quickly. At times that can upset the rhythm of a pitcher. Carlton working. Knight swinging and fouling, and I think Ray swung and fouled that ball off of his right leg. Well, he'll take a stroll back behind Bob Boone and Lee Wire to walk the herd out a little bit. Outfield playing Knight straight away. He slowly gets back into the batter's box. Carlton, who never changes expression on the mound. Deals a 1-strike pitch. Swung out and a base hit into left field. In to score comes Concepcion. They'll hold Foster at 3rd. The bases remain loaded, and Ray Knight with a line drive hit to left, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. So 4 in a row reach after Oster fly to center on a well-hit ball to begin the inning. And that run-producing single by the Reds' 3rd baseman is going to get the Philadelphia bullpen active for the first time tonight. Left-hander Sparky Lyle will go down to start throwing. Here's Sam Mejias. He's grounded into a double play and is struck out. He swings and hits one into left center field. Gary Maddox will make the catcher. Gary Maddox got in front of Matthews to haul it in. Foster tags and scores, and it's 2-0. Gary Matthews must be wondering what happened. He was all set to make the play, and Maddox, who has a better throwing arm of the two, cut in front of him to make the play, but really had no chance at all of anything in terms of throwing anybody out. So get it, Mejias a sacrifice fly and bring up Mike O'Berry. He grounds one to second. Manny Trio will make his play to first, and that ends the inning. But the Reds in the 6th inning got 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. 2 men left on base, and at the end of 6, it's the Reds 2 and the Phillies nothing. Here goes. Yeah, when there's a game on the radio, that's when you gotta make sure there's plenty of ice-cold Bud right close by.
It's Bud for you. It's Bud for you. For all you do. The king of beer is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
This is Jerry Lewis, here with Ed McMahon and Norm Crosby, to remind you that it's time for this year's Muscular Dystrophy Fund Drive.
And Anheuser-Busch wants to help again by making a contribution of $1 million based on the sale of Budweiser and Natural Light during the month of August.
These contributions will go to help fund research, treatment, and medical services.
So look for our display at your local store and procure some Budweiser or Natural Light. And help Jerry help his kids. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
We'll pause now for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
Bob, so why do we call Jim Sager the Beast of Baltimore? Well, you can draw your own conclusions each and every weekday evening from 6 until midnight here at K95. It's the Jim Sager Show, the Beast of Baltimore at K95, WHOK-FM, Lancaster.
Reds 2, Phillies nothing, 7th inning. And it's Gary Matthews to start things off for Dallas Green's club. Here's Joe.
All right, Marty. Matthews 0 for 2 has hit a fly ball to right center, to Sam Mejias, and a fly ball to right to Dave Collins in his 2 times up. Reds leading 2-0. The pitch, and Matthews swings and fouls it off to the right and back into the seat. Talking about birthdays, I want to wish a happy birthday to my oldest son, Philip. Louie Beal, it's a great day. Lou B. 1-1 to count. Seaver down behind the mound, rubbing up the baseball. Reds scoring 2 times in the 6th inning, leading it 2-0. Seaver's 1-1 delivery. Fastball swung on and a fly ball center field. Mejias waiting on it, moving in a few steps now. He has it, 1 away. A 1 down, and the batter is Mike Schmidt. Mike 0 for 2, struck out in the 1st, and a high fly ball to Foster in left in the 4th. Now the Pirates the Giants leading Pittsburgh 4-1 in the 5th inning at Pittsburgh. Pitch to Schmidt, high and inside, and that hits Mike right in the middle of the bat. Well, Schmidt moves on to first base, being hit by the pitch, and that'll bring up Fake McBride. It looked like a changeup that Schmidt got hit with. At Indianapolis tonight, Springfield leading 2-0 after 1 inning. Bill Gawley on the mound for the Indians. The pitch to McBride. He swings and fouls straight back. Fake 0 for 2. Popped out tonight in foul territory and is struck out in his 2 times up. Headed first base with 1 away. Seaver sets and delivers, and McBride takes low and outside and evens 1-1. One on the way. Swung on in the fly ball center field. He is coasting in. He's there waiting, and he has it 2 out. Well, 2 down, and Gary Maddox steps in. Gary, both times, is fly balls to Collins in right, and he's hit the ball hard both times up. Seaver sets and delivers, and it's swung on and hit off the pitch. Then Davey Concepcion misjudged the ball. He charged in, and the ball hung up and went over Davey's head. Had he stayed in his position, probably would have caught it head high, but Davey charged in on it and then leaped for it and couldn't get to it. So Mike Schmidt all the way around to third. 2nd hit of the game for the Phillies, and the batter is Larry Bohr. So Maddox really getting jammed on the pitch. Concepcion started in on it, and, well, as we said, he misjudged it. Sparky Lyle starts throwing in the Philadelphia bullpen. The pitch to Bohr. Larry swings and fouls it off the mid of Mike O'Berry. On his 1st and 3rd, 2 out. The 0-1. Bohr swings and fly ball left field. Foster there waiting, and he has it in that field. The Phillies in the 7th, no runs, a hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base, and at the middle of the 7th, it's the Reds 2 and the Phils nothing.
Let's say you're just driving along in your car and you hear a knock.
On the window?
No, from your engine.
Oh, you mean that ping sound.
Right. If you hear it while your car's accelerating or starting up, That's okay, but it's...
The game continues at the beginning of side 3, cassette number 2.
If you hear it while your car's accelerating or starting up, that's okay. But if you hear it while you're just cruising along, it could be telling you something.
Okay, what's it telling me?
That carbon buildups are clinging to your car's engine. It's not working as efficiently as it should, and you need a better gasoline.
Oh.
So now let's say you're driving by a Marathon service station.
What a coincidence.
You pull in and ask for new Super M lead-free. Marathon's premium gasoline with Marathon's new special additive. The one designed to keep your engine cleaner.
Oh, and a cleaner engine can give me better fuel economy.
Right. Your car can drive better, be less likely to emit pollutants, and because the engine will be kept in better shape, probably need less maintenance.
Pretty impressive.
Just ask your Marathon man about it. He's there to help you, because he still believes in that good old-fashioned concept of full service and a better product.
Like Super M lead-free.
Right. Marathon, with the long-distance gasolines. Best in the long run.
For the Reds in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Tom Seaver will lead it off, followed by Dave Collins and Ron Oster. Tom Seaver has pitched quite a baseball game here tonight. He allowed the Phillies but 2 hits. That was Pete Rose who led off the game with a single to center, and then the misjudged soft liner off the bat of Gary Maddox in the 7th inning. So Seaver gets a nice hand as he makes his way to the plate. After 2 innings out, Indianapolis at 2-1 Springfield. Seaver takes high from Carlton the ball. Steve has walked 4. The Reds have had 5 hits, and they lead it 2-0. A 1-0. Seaver swings in a foul out of the mid of Boone. Now it evens 1-1. One pitch. Slider misses inside. 2 balls to strike. Carlton's 2-1 delivery. Tom looks at strike 2, another slider, and it evens 2-2. New York leading Atlanta 2-0. 5th inning at Atlanta. Seaver swings and doesn't get it. And that's strikeout number 5 for Steve Carlton. And the batter is Dave Collins. Collins 0 for 3, has grounded to third, popped to second, and called out on strikes. Outfield playing Collins shallow and about straight away. The pitch. Davey takes high and outside, a ball. Carlton back to the plate. Collins looks at a strike on the inside edge, belt high. 1-1. A 1-1 delivery. That's just inside. 2 balls to strike. Carlton's 2-1 on the way. Swung on and bounced to 3-0 at second. And he charges, has it, quick throwing to Rose, 2 out. A 2 away, and here's Ron Oster. Ron 0 for 3 his last time up, line to Maddox in center field. Carlton to the plate, and he misses high and outside. 1-0. Pitch. Check swing and a strike call. 1-1. Ron Reed starts throwing in the Philadelphia bullpen, a right-hander. Line the 1-1. Swung on and fouled. And that went into the broadcast booth to our right. A count of all 2 strikes. And here comes Carlton. Oster takes inside a breaking pitch. 2-2. And the 2-2. Swung on and grounded in the hole into right field, a base hit. Ron Oster reaches out and punches it into right. That's hit number 6 for the Reds, and Dave Concepcion to the plate. Davey 2 for 3 after striking out in the first inning. He singled to left in the fourth and then got the 2-run 6th on the way with a single to center. Carlton ready, and he'll throw over to first, and Oster steps back. The 0-1. Seeing outside. 1-1. Reds scoring 2 times in the 6th. They lead it 2-0. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Ground ball. Schmidt off to his left a couple of steps. Goes on to 3-0. They force Oster, and that's the inning. The Reds, no runs, a hit, no errors. Runner left on, and at the end of 7, it's the Reds 2 and the Phils nothing.
Hi, this is Bob Braun for Borden Dairy. Well, the race is on. The Cincinnati Reds are playing baseball again, and you can celebrate by enjoying something that's brand new from Borden Dairy. It's red vanilla ice cream. Cincinnati Red, that is. It looks delicious, and it tastes great. And your family and friends will really enjoy it. Kind of fools them a little bit because vanilla ice cream is white, right? Wrong. Vanilla ice cream is red. Cincinnati Red, that is, from Borden Dairy. You'll find it in the dessert section at the frozen food department at your favorite supermarket. Look for it and enjoy. And then rally around those Reds as they resume the pennant race for 1981. Yes, the race is on. And Borden Dairy's Elsie says, come on, pour it on, Reds, and enjoy Cincinnati Red vanilla ice cream from Borden.
Put them all together, make them Elsie, a word that means the world to us.
7 inning totals show the Phils, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Reds, 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. For Philadelphia, Bob Boone will lead it off. We have activity in the Cincinnati bullpen. Tommy Hume and Joe Price both throwing, and looks like Del Unser on deck to hit for... Make that Greg Gross on deck to hit for Steve Carlton. We're ready to go in the 8th. Here's Marty.
Bob Boone 0 for 2 tonight. Tom Seaver working with a 2-run lead has limited the Phillies, as Joe pointed out, to 2 hits, a single in the first by Rose, and the ball that Maddox hit in the last inning that appeared to be misplayed by Concepcion. Davey misjudging the ball, allowing it to get over his head. Seaver into the plate, and Boone takes it down on the way, ball 1. Tommy Hume, Joe Price, a right-hander and a left-hander getting ready. Swung on and a ground ball to third. Ray Knight has it chest high and brings it on to Danny Dreesen. 1 out. So Greg Gross, a left-handed batter, will pinch hit for Steve Carlton. Carlton again has a type of ball game that he has had so many times in the past against the Reds, pitching well enough on most other nights to come up with a victory, but giving up 6 hits and 2 runs in 7 innings. Struck out 5 and walked 4, and he'll turn it over to Ron Reed now with a pinch hitter Gross coming on here with 1 out. Greg batting .269, no home runs, 5 RBIs, 22 times up as a pinch hitter. He's delivered 4 base hits. Seaver delivers, and the pitch is high, ball 1. We've got a final in from the American League, and the first of the twin bill in Arlington, Texas. Milwaukee defeats the Rangers 3-1. Call strike. So the Brewers continue to play good baseball here in the season's second half. They are leading the American League East, and now with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses, Detroit has to win tonight in order to stay a half a game back. Haas got the win, Matlack took the loss, and Fingers finished to get his 16th save. Fouled off third and out of play. After 3, the Yanks lead the White Sox 1-0. 3.5 innings have gone by in Detroit. No score between the Tigers and the Twins. Kansas City 1-0 over Toronto after 1. They're all the scores of all the games going on right now in the American League. 1 ball and 2 strikes on pinch hitter Gross, and another foul out of here. In the bottom of the 5th at Pittsburgh, Giants 4, Pirates 1. San Francisco broke a 1-1 tie by scoring 3 times in the 4th inning off Tiant. And it's still 2-0 Mets over the Braves after 4.5 in Atlanta. San Diego 0, Cardinals 0 after 1.5. Gross with a high fly ball into straightaway center field, shallow, and Mejias has it 2 gone. Pete Rose is 1 for 3. A single, a ground out, and a strikeout. Finally in the National League, the Astros have an early 2-0 lead over Montreal. That's in the 3rd inning. Seaver has retired the Phillies in order 4 times, innings 2, 3, 4, and 5, and trying to do it here in the 8th. Leading 2-0. Rose watches a pitch sail outside. Check swing. He didn't go far enough, ball 2. Pete is 2nd in the league in batting with that .325 batting average. That's where it was at game time, and that's where it is right now. Andre Dawson of Montreal had a 1-point advantage over Rose. High, ball 3. Seaver needs a strike, and he gets it. Tom has already gone farther than any of the Red starters so far here in the second half. And that's ball 4 inside. So Rose flips the bat away, and Pete becomes Seaver's 2nd walk of the night. The batter will be Trio. Previous to this distance by Seaver tonight, the longest that a Red starter has gone was Sunday afternoon when Soto went 6 1/3. Seaver's now pitched 7 2/3 innings. Manny Trio has flied to center, struck out, and grounded out to Oster. Pitch inside, ball 1. Checking the pitch. Swung on, line drive over second into right center field. That falls for a hit. Rose takes a short turn at second base, and he'll hold right there. So a 2-out walk to Rose and a base hit by Manny Trio, and the Phillies, just like that, have the tying runs aboard for left fielder Gary Matthews, and here comes manager John McNamara, and that may well be it for Tom Seaver.
Marty, I'm sure that what Mac will ask, there's no question about it. He's going to find out how Tom feels, and Tom's always honest with the skipper and will tell him exactly how he feels. If he feels that he's tired and he thinks there should be a change, we'll see a change. But I'm quite sure that Mac did not go out there with the intention of taking Tom Seaver out of the ballgame.
Well, the meeting continues on the mound. Mac out there, arms crossed, and right now I'd say he's going to leave him in there. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Just as Lee Wire gets to the mound, Mac turns and trots on back to the dugout, and Seaver will stay on to pitch to Gary Matthews. Matthews hit the ball very well back in the 4th inning. He sent Collins about a step or 2 onto the warning track in right center. In fact, all 3 times up tonight, he's hit fly balls to the outfield, twice to Mejias and the other to Collins. Rose second, Trio first, 2 out. Matthews right out over top of the plate, and he takes it low for a ball. Checking the lead runner, the pitch, swing and a foul at the plate. Even though Mac left him in, I would think Seaver has this batter right here. Mike Schmidt on deck. And the 1-1 coming to Matthews, and that bounces up there, gets away from O'Berry, and both runners advance. Rose to third, Trio to second. Seaver throws a very inopportune wild pitch. So rather than the Phillies needing a possible extra base hit to tie it up, now with a wild pitch, a single could deadlock the score. 2-1 to count on Gary Matthews. Tom will now work from the windup. And here it comes. Matthews takes high, ball 3. Tom turns around, takes a look at the scoreboard. Now directs his attentions back to the plate. O'Berry hangs aside. That's ball 4. The bases are loaded. Well, Seaver has walked a batter, has given up a base hit, has thrown a wild pitch, and has now walked another one and faces Mike Schmidt. Schmidt has struck out, fly to deep left, and in the last inning, Seaver hit him with a pitch. Tom Seaver here in the 8th, faced with adversity, leading by 2 runs, but the Phillies, after the first 2 batters, Boone on a ground out to third, Gross on a fly to center, they have loaded them up. Outfield deep. Seaver rocks, kicks, and fires, and Schmidt takes the ball. Tom almost in total control until this inning, although the Phillies left runners at first and third in the 7th. Back with a 1-0 pitch, and Schmidt swings and slaps this one into the Philadelphia dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rose, Trio, and Matthews are the Philadelphia base runners at third, second, and first as Hume and Price continue to throw in the Reds' bullpen. Cincinnati will be hitting off of Ron Reed in the bottom of the 8th. Schmidt pounds ahead of the bat on the plate now, waiting with it cocked, the 1-1 to him. And this one fouled back and just off to our left. Bangs the auxiliary scoreboard and bounces back downstairs. One ball, 2 strikes. Schmidt waving it around. Runners leading at every base with 2 outs. Seaver deals. Schmidt swings, and this one's back upstairs. Man who hit the home run that wrapped things up for the National League in the All-Star game. Trying to deliver right here just a nice, polite single to get his ball club even. The count holding at a ball, 2 strikes. Seaver with a motion. He kicks and fires. Schmidt breaks his bat and bounces to the mound. On to Greason. We're out of the inning. Well, Tom bounces back as he got in on Schmidt, and he hits a nice bouncer right back to the mound. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left. After 7.5, the Reds 2 and the Phillies nothing.
This one's for you. There's no one else who does it quite the way you do. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This one's for you. This one's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming down. For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
And this Bud's for you. Day or night, any time is the right time to enjoy the clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. Well, we've got a new pitcher on the mound, right-hander Ron Reed. And
You're right.
Joe will take a look at his numbers.
So it's the other side, doesn't he, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Sure do.
Okay. Old Ron Reed.
Ron Reed.
Well, Ron is making his 20th appearance of the year, Marty, and he's won 2 and lost none with a fine .291 earned run average. In 34 innings he's allowed, but 26 hits, has walked 10, and has struck out 20, and he'll be facing George Foster, leading it off here in the 8th for the Reds.
Got another change also. Greg Gross, who pinch hit in the top of the inning, stays in the game to play left field. He, of course, bats in that 9th spot, and The newcomer Reed to the mound will be hitting in the number 3 position, formerly held by Matthews. 2-0 Cincinnati. George Foster, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, has been on 3 straight times tonight, 2 walks and a single. He's been on 7 straight times over the last 2 games. And Reed misses with the first pitch of ball. Sunday, Foster single, walked, double, and single again. Tonight, he has walked, and single, and scored a run. Strike to him on the outside, 1-1. That one bounces up there. 2 balls and a strike. Attendance tonight, 25,363. 25,363. Reed pitches, and Foster swings and grounds it into center field. He's got another hit. That is 8 times in a row he's been on base. Base hit number 7 for Cincinnati. It brings up Danny Dreesen. Danny, without an official at-bat, has walked, sacrificed, and walked again. Ron Reed greeted by a ground single to center. Dreesen looks at a strike. Reds put 3 of their 7 hits together in the 6th inning, along with a base on balls and a sacrifice fly to get 2 runs in. 1 ball and a strike on Danny. Dreesen levels it back. Pitching Reed, taking Dreesen, low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Over the years, the Reds have had more than their share of success against Ron Reed. Foster going, pitcher swung on and foul. Bob Boone came out of the crouch to throw, but the ball, Dreesen just got a piece of the ball. It bounded away from Boone. And think about one single effort the Reds had off this veteran right-hander. It was, of course, in the 3rd, and as things turned out, the final game of the 76 playoffs when the Reds came to the 9th inning trailing by 2 runs. That pitch is high, and it's a full count. Reds had back-to-back home runs off Reed, Foster, and Bench, and later, of course, scored the winning run off of left-hander Tom Underwood. Foster going, and Dreesen bounces this one past 3rd, and a foul ball. Boy, it was close. That ball took a big bounce by Schmidt, and it looked very, very close to being a fair ball, and Russ Nixon now questioning Ed Montague's foul call. You can't get much closer than that, I'll tell you. Russ going up the line behind 3rd base to say something to Montague, because I guarantee you Russ thought that ball got some white. Nixon not smiling as he walks back to the 3rd base coaching box. Holding full on Danny Dreesen. Foster going, swinging another foul by Dan. Reed with a pause and the pitch. Foster takes off. Ground ball slap to the left side. Boa has it. He'll make his play to first as Foster goes to second. He was running on the pitch, and Dreesen grounds out short to first. That brings up Ray Knight, and right now he has a game-winning RBI with that bases-loaded single in the 6th inning to knock in a run. One out, a runner at second. Reds would not be opposed to getting another run in before the Phillies bat in the 9th. And Knight drives one into right field. Base hit. McBride charges. And they'll have to hold Foster at 3rd. Ray hit that ball so hard that George did not have any chance at all of scoring from second base. So Ray Knight has his second hit of the night, and the runners are threatening here in the 8th inning off Ron Reed. We'll pause for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
Third shift workers, insomniacs, and just generally off-the-wall people will want to spend the night with the Spaceman from midnight until 6 here at K95. Great kickin' country music and irrational behavior. The Spaceman at K95, WHOK-FM, Lancaster.
Sparky Lyle has started to throw in the Philadelphia bullpen with the Reds showing runners at first and third and only one down. Sam Mejias at the plate. And Sam picked up the other run batted into the sixth inning with that sacrifice fly to Gary Maddox. Here comes a pitch to Mejias, and it's ball one upstairs. Infield, a double play depth, Foster third, Knight first. Mejias takes ball two. Mets have gotten another run to now lead Atlanta 3-0 after 5.5 innings of play. But Houston is shutting out Montreal 2-0 after 3. Inside, ball 3. The things should stay as they are right now in the National League West. If Atlanta loses, but Houston wins, the Reds will gain a half a game because Houston would then replace Atlanta as the first-place team in the Western Division. The Reds would move within a game and a half. Strike his call off the 3-0. Ideally, it would be nice to see Atlanta get beat and Houston also lose. That way the Reds would move to within one of first place. Things are pretty much bunched up here in the early going of the season's second half. 3-1 pitch. Foul back. Foster led off the inning with a single. He moved to second on a ground out by Dreesen and advances to third on a hard hit line drive base hit to right field by Ray Knight. Knight going. Pitch is swung on. Fly ball center field. Waiting on it, Maddox. He makes the catch. Foster tags. Will try to score. Here comes the throw. Foster's in there. He slid right between the legs of Bob Boone, who was straddling the plate. Another sacrifice fly for Sam Mejias. It's 3-0, and brother, what a job he's done filling in for Ken Griffey. Knight stays at first as the Reds add another run to their lead. That's the 7th RBI of the year for Sammy. Here's Michael Berry. Grounded out 3 times tonight, but of course facing Ron Reed for the first time. Ball is high and inside. We might tell you, if you don't already know, that Baseball Commissioner Bowie Kuhn announced late this afternoon that he has put off making a decision on the format changes until tomorrow. There's a throw to first. We understand that he met with presidents of both leagues, Lee McPhail and Chubb Feeney, and apparently will be making a decision on how the format changes will be. Here's a fly ball hit back into left center field, but Greg Gross is waiting on it and makes the catch. So the 8th inning turns into a scoring inning for Cincinnati. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left, and to the 9th inning with a score, Reds 3, Phillies nothing.
With the purpose of providing food, drink, and lodging for the weary traveler, Rudolph J. Pitcher set up a fine, reputable establishment in the 1800s. And you can be sure that tradition lives on today at the R.J. Pitcher Inn in the heart of historic downtown Lancaster. The R.J. Pitcher Inn features distinctive food and cocktails in an elegant garden setting with friendly service and atmosphere. The R.J. Pitcher Inn at the sign of the Green Tree in downtown Lancaster.
If everyone's having big sales, why do people come to Lowe's?
I find them very competitive. That's why I started shopping at Lowe's. Other establishments will put something on sale and make it look cheaper. But actually, overall, Lowe's is the best buy.
When Lowe's puts something on sale, it doesn't just look like a bargain. Right now, we have Enterprise paint. Exterior latex is $7.99 a gallon. That's a $6 savings. At Lowe's, our name reflects our prices.
Tom Seaver, 3 outs away from his 8th victory of the 1981 season, and also 3 outs away from his 55th career shutout. 54 is tops among active pitchers and 10th all-time. Tom has 1 shutout earlier this season. That was against the Astros on the 8th of May here at Riverfront when he limited them to 6 base hits and a 4-0 Cincinnati victory. And was part of another shutout on the 19th of May, a game that the Reds won in Wrigley Field 5-0. Seaver pitched 5 innings in that game, giving up 2 base hits, but had to leave with a tight left thigh muscle, and Paul Mosco came on to finish it off. Joe Price and Tommy Hume back to the bullpen as Bake McBride opens up the Philadelphia ninth. Seaver delivers, and McBride bounces slowly right side, wide of first. Reason has it, underhands to Seaver. Tom got there, and McBride might have stepped on his foot. A close play and out, says Harry Wendelstedt, but McBride might have stepped on Seaver's foot. Tom pulled it away quickly, but apparently he's all right. Well, apparently they ruled safe on that play. I thought he was out. It looked like the man ruled out. Wendelstedt, it looked like he gave the out sign, and it looks like Seaver got there, and McBride is still standing at first base. Harry Wendelstedt, folks, I'll tell you what, he missed one badly there. Tom got the back side of the bag, the outfield side of the bag, and Wendelstedt calls safe, and McBride and the Phillies get a gift. Gary Maddox, a swing and a foul off the end of the bat. That'll be the 4th Philadelphia hit. Maddox is 1 for 3. He pops it up without a play, dropping well back of the Cincinnati dugout. He hit that broken bat line drive in the 7th inning that Concepcion came in on, and all of a sudden, Davey realized the error of his ways, but by that time, the ball had enough on it to clear him for a base hit. Strike 2 pitch, high for a ball. So really, 2 of the 4 Philadelphia hits have been somewhat tainted. The hit by Maddox, and this one right here by McBride. The others belonging to Rose, a single, and Manny Trio, a base hit. Reds leading 3-0 in the top of the ninth. Maddox pulls it foul, and that'll make the Philadelphia dugout. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. There's a long pause in the pitch. Now, ground ball left side. Concepcion gets to it, goes to second. They'll settle for the force play on Bake McBride. Davey moving off to his right. And quick throwing to Ronnie Oster. McBride forced at second, 1 gone. Here's Larry Boa. If you had tickets to Reds games that weren't played because of the baseball strike, you can exchange those tickets for any of the 21 remaining Reds home games here at the stadium, at the 580 gift shop, at Reds branch ticket agencies by mail, or at the ticket windows when you come to the game. 1 down, Boa. Popped to short, lined to short. Davey took one away from him in the 5th inning and is flied to left. Bluffs the bunt, takes the ball. One hope to the plate, and another bluff bunt attempt by Boa. 2 balls and no strikes. The Reds win it. Seaver would go 8-2. Carlton would go 9-3. And Carlton will lose his 2nd straight start since baseball resumed a week ago last night. Tom needs a strike here against Larry Boa and cannot get it. Inside with a fastball, 3-0. That's a strike on the inside edge. Bob Boone is on deck. We look down into the Philadelphia dugout and see Keith Moreland with a bat in hand. We could possibly see a pinch hitter before the pitcher Reed's turn comes up. That is ball 4, so Boa draws a walk. The 4th given up by Seaver. Maddox moves on to second base. And Bob Boone is going to be taken down. And let's see if it's going to be Del Unser. It will be. Unser coming to the plate, and here comes Mack. He went out there in the 8th inning, and after conversing with Seaver, he elected to leave him in. That was before Matthews batted. He drew a walk, but then With the bases loaded and 2 down, Seaver got Schmidt to bounce into the mound and end the inning. And now the Reds are going to make the pitching change. That's it for Tom. Boy, what a fine job he did tonight. And now we'll turn it over to right-hander Tommy Hume. The Phillies with 2 eyes, 1 out. And a 3-0 Reds lead here in the 9th inning as Hume comes on, hopefully to the rescue. We'll see how it turns out after this.
Okay, everybody, let's try it one more time.
Top quality entertainment doesn't just happen. It takes months of dedication and hard work.
A little higher, please.
Filled with high energy and great expectations.
Better, much better.
And rehearsals over and over again. Making sure it all comes out just right.
Good, very good.
At Kings Island, we put this kind of commitment into everything we do. From all across America, hundreds of dynamic, talented young performers combine their special skills to bring you a quality of entertainment that's nothing less than sensational. Whether it's our biggest productions or our smallest spectaculars, we give it our all. Because we know that when you really put your heart into something, it shows. Year after year, every day is opening night at Kings Island.
Tommy Hume on to the mound for the Cincinnati Reds, and for Hume, this will be the 30th time he's been on in relief this season. A record of 5 wins and 2 losses, an earned run average of 3.23 and 7 saves. Since the beginning of the second season, Hume has been called on 4 times. He, in 5 1/3 innings, has allowed only 1 base hit and no runs in those 4 appearances, has saved 2 games and won 1. So despite the fact that the Phillies have a left-handed batter up there, Del Unser batting for Bob Boone, John McNamara brings on the right-hander Hume, who's been on a personal tear, pitching so effectively. The Phillies have 2 men on base, and Unser batting .219 waiting. Hume delivers, and Unser fouls it away. Del has done a fine job for the Phillies in this particular type of role right here. This season, 4 hits and 14 pinch hit appearances with 4 RBIs. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Maddox at second. Boa at first. The 1-strike pitch to Unser, swung on and hit in the air. Shallow right field, Collins with plenty of time. And Davey has it, 2 gone. Oh, with 2 out, the batter will be Greg Gross. He'll be up for the second time in as many innings. Came on in the 8th inning to pinch hit for Carlton and fly it out. Phillies are down to their final out. Hume trying to nail it down for Tom Seaver. Kicks and throws, and Unser takes the strike. Make that Greg Gross strike 1 call. So Doug Bear is taken up now where Hume left off in the bullpen. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Maddox around third, and Philadelphia is on the board on that 2-out single to center by Greg Gross. It's now a 3-1 game. Gross hit one on the ground hard, dead up the middle to center field, scoring Gary Maddox and moving Boa onto second base, and that'll bring up Pete Rose. Well, Gross is going to be taken down, and Lonnie Smith will go in to run at first base. Well, Mr. Gross does his job as he keeps the Phillies alive. They finally dent the plate. Rose 1 for 3 with a walk. Pitch taken high and away, ball 1. Phillies 2 runs shy. Hume checks the runners, pitches. Rose takes high, 2 balls and no strikes. That run that the Phillies just scored, of course, is Seaver's, and so too would be the runner at second, Boa, but Hume hoping to end it here. He needs a strike and gets it. After getting behind 2-0, he pours one over Beltai, and Rose with a count of 2 balls and a strike. Stretching the pitch. Swung on, fly ball left field. That should do it. Foster comes on, and this one belongs to the Reds. Here in the ninth inning, the Phillies get a run on 2 base hits, but they leave 2 as the Reds come up with a victory in the first of this 2-game series by a final score of 3-1. We'll be back in just a moment.